perfect schedule to expand while at this level. Hoes looking to be rescued, dreams up in this vessel that ain't supposed to remain dreams. But baby, I can stretch you. Nah, I ain't really that impressed, but I will say the top strong like you went and skip legs. So keep working them lips out, give them a rest when I dip out, cause I don't want no lip in, no convincing, cause I ain't staying to rap, can't need a breath of fresh air, and I plan to be.
Welcome back to Original Minds, an Intrizio podcast. We are back again with another one of our Artist Spotlight series, and this week I'm happy to introduce another artist, a new artist, Don. Welcome in, Don, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Happy to be here. Honored that y'all asked me to be here, man. How are y'all?
Doing great.
Yeah, we're ready. I'm excited to be able to talk to you. We got to talk a little bit beforehand, but I'm excited to really just dig into the deep of who you are and why you make music and your journey.
Yes, sir.
And so I want to start with, for anybody who's never listened to you or anything, in a few words, who is Don?
A few words. Don is a guy from Arlington, Texas. Always loved rap music. Funny thing about that, just a little background story. I wasn't allowed to listen to it as a kid. I would actually sneak and listen to K104 97.9 on this little radio I had in my grandmother's house, and it just couldn't keep me away from it, man. Just couldn't keep me away from it, and the more I kept listening, the more I fell in love with it. Yeah, man. Ever since then, just grew a love for it, and I was like, you know, I can do this. Like, I think I can really be something one day in this rap thing. So it started from there, and then here we are.
Awesome. Don, before you came on, we asked you in one word why you made music, and you said, what was that one word?
Passion.
Passion. Excellent. I want to dig deep and start there. What does that passion mean to you, and why'd you choose that word? And outside of music as well, what does it mean to you in your life?
Passion means, for me, you could be doing anything in your life, right?
Yeah.
You could be working at McDonald's, UPS, whatever.
Right.
But if you're not really passionate for it, you don't really have a love for it, you're not really going to prosper in it.
Yeah.
And so for me, like, I know, like, my last project for future reference was all about pretty much that exactly. Like, no matter what I'm doing, I could, like I said, McDonald's. I could go to McDonald's, but I'm a rapper. And the whole time that I'm flipping patties or whatever, I'm not thinking of myself as that. I'm thinking of myself as a rapper the entire time.
Exactly.
And that's what that means for me. Just whatever it is that you love, that's what you go for, no matter what.
Yeah, it's almost like you have to be in your domain to be able to prosper. If you're not in your home domain, you're not going to grow.
So Don, bro, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, bro. How's your week been?
Man, week has been kind of fast. Went by pretty fast this week, but blessed, man. Can't complain.
Absolutely. You go by the name Don from the Nebula Sound. Where did that name come from?
Well, my real name is Donovan, and I just kind of took it like and shortened it. But my friends actually pretty much gave me the name Don. Thought it sounded cooler, and I just kind of ran with it.
If you don't mind me asking, who's a part of Nebula?
So it's just pretty much three members, me included in that three, and then my two producers, Dr. T, and then the other one, his name is Kos. Like I was saying to you guys, about 2015, 2016, I met these guys. Dr. T I met through working at Studio Movie Grill, and he came to me one day saying that he's a producer, and he came across like some music of mine, and he was like he wanted to work with me, and he also told me about Kos, and Kos is the guy that he introduced me to, and that's the guy who said he didn't really like me at first. And went back a year later, he played him something else, and he was like, okay, this guy, he really got it. And ever since then, we've just became Sound of Nebula, working together and making some bangers, bro.
So I want to go back to actually what you said a second ago. Oh, he came up to you.
Hmm.
So that kind of implies that you'd already actually been working on stuff. So what was some of the stuff you were working on before? What was that like?
Uh, Man, y'all about to make me go back super deep. So before I got with them, I was with a group that two guys that I went to school with, and we went by
Yeah.
the name Dizzy and T. And Dizzy was like a play on his name. His name was Dizzy and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I was doing music with them, and I just decided to go ahead and make the move. There's no beef or nothing like that, and like we still good friends to this day. He wasn't tripping on me like taking a step and moving and working with other people.
Yeah.
But we did music together, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it wasn't really the right way. We was like kind of looking up tight beats on YouTube and then uploading
Yeah.
them on streaming platforms just for them to get taken down because we didn't own it. But that's really how we started. How I started just doing that, just freestyling a lot on like beats and things like that with him. And Coast and Dr. T, they seemed like they had a lot more of the knowledge of the music, the industry and things like that. So I decided to like give them a chance. And for me, and like really those other two guys, we don't move around with a lot of like ego and pride and things like that. Like
Yeah.
we don't, it's not all about the money with us. Like
Yeah.
we really love doing this, and I think that's what exactly everybody needs to like make it in the industry. But well, before you get there, you need somebody. You need just a solid foundation of people that are not like money hungry. Like they really love this just as much as you do, if not more.
And I feel that because we got that same start, just me and Ben together, and we really came to love the passion of music instead of the what can I get out of it.
Right.
So I think that in itself is great.
And a lot of people don't come across that. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't run into stuff like that. You will always have people that don't really have your best intentions. So I'm just thankful for those two guys, man.
This industry's dirty.
Oh,
It
yeah.
can be, and I mean, a lot of people that aspire for
Yeah.
careers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was here when you were talking about people getting money hungry and money chasing, that type of thing. It made me think actually about your song "Standing on Business" because I actually when I was listening to it, a lot of what you were actually just saying is almost very similar to what was being talked about on that track.
Absolutely.
And so that got me thinking. 4 projects, years of hard work that you've done. Out of all of those, which one do you think is the most you?
That is a really good question. Very good question. Definitely standing on business. When I first started out and doing music, and I'm sure a lot of other artists can like relate to this too. You don't really know yourself that well just yet, and really standing on business and the one before that for future reference, those are more so me, just the way that I tapped in more so into personal life and things like that, and just thinking about my everyday, like my day to day, what I see, what I experience each and every single day.
Yeah.
But standing on business, between the two, both of those are me, but standing on business really hits it on the nail even more. Like that's the most one that is just, when you hear that and then y'all hear what I'm saying now, like you can tell like that's really the one.
Oh yeah, it's that real stuff. That like when you start talking about what you've been through, and something that gets real deep and personal. It's a great channel
Yeah.
for you to just put out your absolute best. A lot of the best projects that you've ever heard or been released by any of your favorite artists, the most personal was the most prominent.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
that shit's gas. That's
Yes,
fire.
sir. Thank you.
So you recently just dropped a project, right?
Yes, sir.
It's called Spin the Block.
Yep.
How long did it take you to record that?
It took me a little while. I wouldn't say it's because I was struggling with it. Just having to get in the studio and just pretty much record it, because how I do things with my music, before I even get to the studio, I still record whatever it is on my phone in the voice memos. And so by the time I get to the studio, I'm pretty much one taking everything, because I listen to myself a lot though too.
Yeah.
And so I will write something, and it might take me a couple days and until it's like complete, and then I'll go and I'll record it on my phone. And then, like I said, when I get to the studio, because I've listened to it so much, because I really love listening to myself.
Yeah. Who wouldn't?
Not to just be arrogant or nothing.
you've
It's
gotta
just
love
I
listening to
critique
yourself.
myself
Yeah.
a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just all a matter of just getting in the studio to like record it. But I would say probably a year. Probably a year it took me, but I pretty much had all of it done and on my phone. Just needed to have it studio ready.
Do you remember like the first session that you had?
The very first session? Yes. So there's a studio I go to now that I think I've made a home of, but there was one before that I went to one time, but I wouldn't say that I'm just super duper familiar with it, because I only went there once and I don't even know the guy that much. But at that time, I didn't even have an idea for what the project was going to be named or anything like that. All I'm doing is just working off of just the creativity itself, and I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm going to call this, but I'm like in that mode right now. But yeah, I think the very first song that I recorded, I can't remember the name of it, but it didn't even make the project. It didn't even make the project, but hopefully I can. That's another thing too, being a rapper, like you're indecisive all the time.
Right.
I ended up thinking it wasn't that good, but then another day I could go back and be like, oh, this is kind of hard actually. But yeah, I don't remember what song it was, but it started from there, and the studio that I go to now, that's where I pretty much finished the rest of the project out. And just Standing on Business was the one that really had people going crazy in there. I don't like too many people in the studio, but yeah.
Did you have all the intentions to make an EP, or was it?
Yes. I don't make any music without the intent to make a project, like at all.
Okay.
I've actually recently tried to break that just a tad, hence where the freestyles came from. I kind of got into that mode of just making freestyles for social media, and like they have to be really short. And it was really hard for me to get into that, because like I like to make full-length songs. But now I've kind of gotten good at both now. I'm kind of scared that I can't get back to making the full songs, but I'm sure it'll come back. But yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I make music, it's with the intent behind it to have a project out.
Why the name Spin the Block? Where'd you get that name from? Why'd you choose it?
Spin the Block. I guess the way that I seen it in my head, you can honestly say it's a continuation, so to speak, for future reference, the project before that. I had a song on there called Hard to Get, and basically it's the way that I wrote it and seen it in my head. I'm speaking to hip hop, trying to gain its love while showing my love for it. And so Spin the Block came from just kind of me just going off of that and feeding off of that. And, you know, Spin the Block can mean a few different things.
Yeah.
It could mean, you know, something didn't work out with a lady and you try to run it back, see where things go. Sorry. It meant that for me. And it also meant, you know, I don't mean to like talk about violence and things like that, but you know, like, okay, I ain't get the job done the first time, so I'm about to spin the block and come back and do it again.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so that's where that came from. And I just, throughout these two projects, I just really wanted to, I just wanted to display my love for rap and I'm trying to gain its love back, basically.
And I think that's really good. You leave it up to interpretation of Spin the Block.
Yes,
I think
yes.
that's really, yeah.
And I know you guys said you listened to the project, right? The first song on there called Spin, if you're not really listening to it,
Right.
people think I'm talking about a girl, and I'm really talking about hip hop. Just the way that I wrote it, but that's what I wanted to happen, So
That's actually damn.
yeah,
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking about it in a different way now. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fire.
yeah.
Speaking of hip hop, you described your sound as red, hungry, very hip hop. Unpack red for me. Is that a color? Is that a mood? Or is that something else?
Oh man, plain and simple. When I'm rapping, bro, that's all I see. Like
Yeah.
I want to be the best,
Okay.
the best.
So you kind of mentioned, especially too, that violent factor of Spin the Block. Red's kind of a violent color.
Right,
And so, but your music's not violent.
right.
And so internally, where does that come from? But because I think it's kind of cool that
Yeah.
you're able
Yeah.
to say violence, but at the same time, that's not what you're speaking on.
Yes, that was intentional too, cause I don't ever want to make people feel like I'm promoting violence and things like that. And truth be told, like, you have a lot of surface level like listeners
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they listen
Yeah.
to rap.
100%.
100.
And I'm very heavy like in wordplay and stuff like that. I could make probably like a gun reference or something like that, and that's probably not even what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and but I definitely like, even I tell my producers all the time, like they'll tell you I'm very intentional even when we're trying to come up with like a video idea. Like, I don't want this, I don't want that. And for me, that's just kind of my way of staying true to myself and not doing anything that what I see other people do and what makes them get to where they're at.
Right.
But yeah, it all just comes with the the skill of just really writing for so long. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't want I don't want to ever make people feel like I'm that type of rapper,
And that in itself is confidence,
Yeah.
knowing what you want as an artist is a great thing, because when you get up there to like where everybody wants to get, you're gonna have to know what you want.
Yeah.
So I think early on, if you know what you want, you're gonna be like
Yeah.
this.
Exactly.
If you had to pick a song, with the color red, which song would you pick?
Of mine,
Yeah.
we talked about standing on business so much, but I would say that one, but I'm gonna switch it up, and I'm going to go with like Hit a Lick. Hit a Lick is another one that is if you've heard it, I'm kind of rapping the chorus like Ludacris. I forgot the name of that song. Lick you from your head to your toes, but I flipped it up like lit, it hit a lick with these flows. Like I was in a zone on that one too. Like, I just was like, yeah, I just want to just rap, go crazy on this, and just come with like a super bar heavy track, which has also a pretty catchy chorus with it. But that's definitely one that I think I would say describes like seeing red, the color red.
What was that song about? What were you trying to portray with that song? What kind of message were you trying to send?
Hit a Lick ties into like pretty much just the title of the project, Spin the Block, and
You seem to be like a quadruple entendre kind
yes,
of guy.
yes, yeah. That's all that
Meaning
was
behind
though.
the meaning.
Yeah. A lot of
Okay.
double meanings and like wordplay. Like I said, I think that's like so cool when rappers do that. That's like,
yeah, absolutely.
that's
putting
my
thought into
favorite
it.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I like hearing like the thought process and the creativity and that type of stuff. So it's like, I was like, man, that's inspiring. Like, I want to do that. And so that's kind of the rapper I molded myself into.
One of the rappers that I actually saw that you had mentioned as your inspiration, J. Cole. I definitely see a lot of what you just described, where it's like that kind of that double meaning behind everything. My favorite project by him is probably For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only, I know that that's a classic answer.
It is.
But my defense for it every single time is like, it's a beautiful story.
It is.
And it's something that can only be perceived by, can truly be perceived by a specific set of people who went through the same experiences.
Right.
But yet at the same time, though, it's also expressed to everybody else who's viewing it.
Exactly.
And yeah, like I said, there's so many different meanings and stuff that you can take away from it. And that's why I feel like that album lasts for a long time. That's why I feel like it stands the test of time, is because you can always listen to it and get a different meaning.
Facts.
So writing like that, having that specific style, switching it up constantly, and not really meaning what you're saying, it opens up a whole avenue of different interpretations. And I think that's beautiful, dude.
Yes, sir.
To counteract that, it's not an album, but my favorite album per se. I don't know if you paid attention to like 2018 to 2020 when he went on that run of features.
Hey.
That was like my favorite phase, was when he went on every single person's song and just bodied them like over
I
and
mess
over
with y'all,
again.
man. Hey, that wasn't talked about enough to me,
It
bro.
wasn't.
Like, it's like it was going under the radar. Like, I'm like, bro, y'all hearing what this dude is doing right now?
Yeah.
Like,
And I honestly think he did it on purpose.
I think so too.
I think he did that on purpose.
And to do it, you like, what were you said? 2018
It was
to
like 2018 to 2020.
That's
yeah, somewhere
tough
around
to
there.
be on that in that type of zone for that long.
Yeah.
like,
that's crazy.
That's nuts, bro.
And they even drop an album within that and then keep going. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Talking about your inspirations, Wayne, Kanye, Cole were some of the ones you named. If a stranger heard you cold, which do you think they would hear first? And which do you want them to hear first?
You said who would they hear first, or who would I want?
Yeah,
them
if a
to?
stranger heard you cold, never knew you before, and they heard you just a song, didn't see your face or anything, who do you think they would hear first?
They
that
would
inspiration?
probably hear J. Cole.
J. Cole.
I take so much and try to learn from him because I listen to him a lot,
Yeah.
and like we just got done discussing him. Like, I think he's like, as big as he is, I still think people really do sleep on what he does, bro.
I agree with you.
And and I've also gotten a lot of people who say like I remind them of him. So, and it used to kind of rub me the wrong way because I don't intentionally try to like sound like him or anything. But now I kind of just take it as a compliment now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely who they would hear first. Out of everybody you just said.
Okay.
You know, to go back actually about to that, where like a lot of people sleep on them and things like that. Yeah, we have Lil Pump.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Nah, I
'Cause
agree.
I mean, yeah, everybody was on the fuck J. Cole wave for a little bit. Like, come on, man.
People hate
I
for
don't
no
get it.
reason.
Literally
Yeah.
hated for no reason.
I don't get it either, bro.
All just because someone said some dumb shit, straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what a classy response too that he had too. It was like he didn't even talk shit. He was just like,
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah.
7-minute drill joint? Hey, listen, I won't get too deep into it, but that was the most factual song out of all of them.
Yeah.
Out of all of them. And that's not even me
'Cause-
being biased.
Because everything
Like,
he said in that song happened.
it's so true. It's so facts.
It
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
happened.
saying. And I respect, you know, people like the lies more because they're entertaining and
Yeah.
things like that. But I respect the tracks that are factual. So I liked his the most.
So I know we got into a little bit of your inspirations. Are there any other outlets that inspire you to make music, as in like sports, movies, books?
Man, I love all those things you just said. Sports is definitely big in my life too.
What's your favorite sports team?
Basketball was like my first love before pursuing like fully like the music thing. You said my favorite
Sports team.
sports team is the Lakers, but I'm a Kobe Bryant fan though. I like LeBron too, but Kobe is just my guy, man. Like he was my favorite player ever since I was like a little kid. So, yeah,
Arguably a better player.
yeah.
You also mentioned, I think,
Come on, gang.
I want to talk about this. You mentioned Dragon Ball Budokai.
Oh man.
Are you talking about Budokai or Budokai Tenkaichi? Is it just Budokai, or is it any of them, or is it just those games
I
in
like
general?
Tenkaichi too, but
like
those
the
first Budokai 1 through 3, me
Yeah.
and my brother cousins, like we used to run that
That was
for
yeah.
hours.
When I was a kid, I was doing that same thing with my
Yeah.
uncles and my cousins.
Yep,
Yeah,
uncles
so-
too. Yeah,
Yeah, that was.
yeah.
Who's your favorite character to play as? Or do you have a favorite Dragon Ball character?
My answer for that is typical. Like I love Goku. Like
Yeah.
that's just I think that's a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
Favorite
sure.
one to play with. I haven't played that in so long. I'd probably say Gohan. It's
Yeah.
probably my favorite to play with on the game.
Yeah,
Or Trunks maybe.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big Piccolo fan. That's been my favorite
Oh,
character.
that's
I like
new.
the quiet. I like the reserved. I
Yeah.
like the intellectual part of him. And the same thing, like kind of you said, he's a very overlooked guy sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's also the only person that even kind of stays toe to toe as
Yeah.
Goku and Vegeta get extremely strong. He's like the only person that's not a Saiyan that really kind of keeps up with him.
No, facts.
So
Yeah, I like Piccolo too.
heck yeah. I want to talk about. You said you make music for other people chasing a dream. Are there songs that mean something to you while you've been chasing your dream?
Songs that mean something to me while I'm chasing my dream. Dang. You would think I know like immediately because all I do is listen to music every day.
You're good. Take it. Yeah. I'm throwing some tough questions at you.
Yeah, that was a good question though. I would say Can't Tell Me Nothing by Kanye.
Nice.
Can I Live by Jay-Z. Probably I'm Me by Lil Wayne. I think those would probably be the main three that I probably would give you.
And so, have those songs just been in a period of your life, just songs that have uplifted you, kept you going?
Yeah, so another thing that really draws me to like, that drew me to rap was just the confidence that it gives you, like certain rappers give you. Like
Yeah.
Kanye, for example, everybody knows Kanye is
Yeah.
like super
Yeah.
confident, been that way for forever. And just listening to him, he just makes you feel like you can do anything.
Right.
You know? And I always gravitated towards like rappers that do that. J. Cole does that for me. Old Lil Wayne does that for me. Jay-Z does that for me. So Drake does that for me too at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Drake. But you know.
I like him now.
Yeah.
Me and
Me
Big B
too.
used to get him. I used to be a big Drake hater. For no reason.
Oh, yeah?
But I let him grow on me over the
Yeah.
last few years, and so
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that.
Going back to the chasing a dream.
Mm-hmm.
You make music for people chasing a dream. What do you mean by that? What do you?
So it doesn't even have to be what it is that I'm doing. Like it could be, you know, whatever it is, real estate,
Right.
whatever it is that you dream and that you see vividly in your head. I want you to be able to feel like you can achieve that, no matter where you at or whatever place you are in your life, you can do it. And I know that's what my music, that's what I try to incorporate into that for other people, and it works for me too. So I can listen to myself and get inspired again, over again, over and over and over again, and it just gives me that feeling like, yo, I can do this, you know? So that's what I want for the listeners. Heartfelt music is just the best to me.
Yeah.
I love hearing bars, wordplay, metaphors, and stuff, but the best compliment you could honestly give me is like, yo, bro, like I felt that it seemed like you were going through the same thing and I was going through a rough time, and listening to you made me get out of that place. That's
is
like
it.
that's
Honestly,
the
yeah.
best.
Just thinking about that, yeah, it makes your heart swell.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, because you really got to hit a person like that on a real level.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of, when you make music, or when you hear music,
Mhm.
that other people, like, you know, that shit hits you deep to your soul.
Yeah.
And so for you to be on the other end of that, to be delivering that,
Mm-hmm.
man, you can't take that shit away from you.
Facts.
You said the best compliments you receive are when people say they felt your song deeply.
Yeah.
Right. What song gets that reaction the most?
It's crazy now that I think about it. I actually haven't gotten that compliment in a while. But one song that I have on like one of my earlier projects, it was called "Feels Like Summer," and it was like a heartbreak song.
Yeah.
And it's just the way that I wrote it. It
Yeah.
just really hit home to a lot of people, like men, women. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
That is probably the last time that I really got like, yo, like I really felt that personally. Now it's just a lot of, and this is probably my fault, but it's just a lot of like, yo, like you rapping, like the bars is crazy. It's just the compliments about the bars more so than I really felt this on a personal level, and which
Yeah.
probably I need to get back to the, getting a little tapping into the personal side of things, but I kind of just made myself get out of the personal realm of stuff a little bit, because when I was making music like that, I was like, these niggas gonna think I'm soft, like they gonna think I'm
But within that, does that come from a place of survival, or does that come from a place of emotion?
both. I'd say both. You talking about the older music?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was writing it a lot just to, get through that my day to day. So yeah, survival I would say, and just from a place of hurt a lot of times. And now it's like I don't really feel that no more. Like it's even hard for me to listen to my older stuff because of that.
I feel that.
So, but yeah, I would say survival more so. Yeah.
You mentioned how you didn't want people to think you were soft. You used to worry about. Did other people's perception of you obviously worry you? I mean, I think it does for everybody, but a little bit.
I probably was just in my head, maybe,
Yeah.
like just thinking like people would think that if I don't like really tap into like that, the lyricist in me.
Yeah.
And I definitely feel that, because early on I could say I was in my head and I thought everybody around me was just like, yo, you suck. But it was just me saying
Right,
that.
yeah.
So I had to look outward and be like, yo,
Yeah,
they like it. Like
Yeah.
you like it too.
exactly, exactly.
I want to talk about what you said success looks like. You told when you filled out your form, you said success to you looks like retiring your parents and putting God first. What does success look like day to day? If you were to wake up tomorrow and be successful, what would your day look like?
That's a good question.
What do you want to
too.
be doing on a day of success?
Man, I feel like times that we live in now are just really tough and hard. So many times, a successful day would probably just me being able to like pay my bills, bro. Pay bills, have food on the table, be able to, go work out, just the little things with me. I'm a very simple guy.
Yeah.
Just doing things like that looks like success to me, even though I still have so many things that I want to do, but
Yeah.
you got to appreciate the little stuff first before you can get to the big things.
Yeah, just having that security is nice
Yeah.
because we all live
Yeah.
not knowing. I mean, there's so much stress and so
Yeah.
just being able to minimize
Yeah.
that stress and
can,
just knowing that, hey, I can just focus on myself and what I need to do.
And then even what I just said, I'm sure there are so many people that probably wish they could do just those little things.
Right.
Yeah.
So I try to look at everything like that. It's hard too sometimes if stuff is just really just eating away at you, but you got to really snap out of it and just be like, you still very blessed, bro. Like,
Yeah.
So
Have
that's
you
what I try to do.
Yeah. Have you seen that video on the internet where someone talks about, saying, oh man, I got to go to work today, but at least you're able to get to work.
Yeah.
You've got a car. Someone else has a
Yeah.
bike, wishes they had a car. Someone who doesn't have anything wishes they had a bike.
Yup.
And so that continuous idea of what you have, someone else doesn't. You
Yup.
remember that.
Exactly.
Always remember that, because you're always better off than someone. Someone's always better off than you.
Yep.
And so I think that gets lost a lot, especially nowadays. It's because, I mean, one, life moves fast, and so people don't pay attention, and they're not trying to actively try to improve or try to get better and
Right.
grow.
Yeah.
And if you're not paying attention, time will pass by you,
Yeah.
and everything will go.
Facts.
And so you seem to have a lot of good internal reflection. You know, look at
Yes.
yourself, look at what you've done wrong, look at what you've done right. I know a big thing for me in my writing too is being able to openly talk about all my struggles.
Yeah.
Being able to talk about what I've done wrong. Being
Yeah.
able to- because there is someone else going through that who's only going to listen to someone who's already gone through it.
Exactly. Exactly. That was well said. Well said.
And so the deeper part of everything I think is the most important. The deeper part of music, doing it for more than, like you said, anything outside of what, one, just because you love it, and two, to tell your story, to kind of give a piece of part of you to let other people resonate with you, because that's the biggest thing, is just trying to create that feeling of upliftedness, that feeling of keep going, keep trying.
Yeah.
We're big believers that everybody's capable.
Yeah.
You want to be capable, and that's the big thing I tell them, is I love the underdogs. We were overlooked, and so the big thing I look for when I'm looking for artists and looking for people is just, the name Intrizio means passion from within. It's funny that your word is passion.
Oh, that's fire.
And so
That's
they took the
fire.
two words intrinsecus and passio. They're two Latin words, and so it's intrinsic passion. And I put them together, and I made the word Intrizio. So it's literally passion from within.
Wow.
And so that's what I'm looking for, or what we look for a lot of times, is just, do you have a passion?
Yeah.
And are you willing to learn? Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to adapt? And are you willing to look at yourself and tell yourself, these are the changes I need to make, and make those changes?
Yeah.
So I love that, because you don't meet people like that often.
Right.
Not everybody is like that, and not everybody cares. People say they do, but they don't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are not their true authentic self.
Yeah. That's true.
Have you run into a lot of people like that? I mean, do you keep your circle small? It seems like I think we do the
Yeah, I
same
do.
thing. So
I do. I don't go for a lot of the fake stuff, you know, and I'm not like a master of judging character or anything, but I'd say I'm pretty good at doing it though.
Right.
But yeah, I keep, like you said, a small circle, just people that, you know, are genuine people. A lot of the circle that I have, the guys I see as like brothers, you know, and I know that they hold me accountable. I don't do crazy stuff though,
Yeah.
but you know, just anytime I gotta, you know, things are hard for me, they right there. You know, the iron sharpens iron. You know, that's what they are to
everyone
me.
needs to be checked too.
Yeah,
once in a while.
absolutely.
We all do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, bro. I would rather have that than
Somebody that's not gonna tell you.
that's not gonna tell you, you know,
Yeah.
just yes man, just
Yeah, I
doing
can't-
whatever. I
Can't
can't.
have those around. No.
Yeah, it might sound, you know, and people like that, they just like to hear people like, you know, butter them up and talk nothing but good things, and you can't. It only lasts for so long, you
Right.
know. You gotta have people that's honest.
Gotta have people that's honest.
Yeah.
Eventually, you need some real criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't just hear baloney your whole
Yeah.
life, because then
You won't get better.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, you're not
Yeah.
going to get better. Especially if you think like, yeah, I don't need to rephrase it.
Yeah.
We're good.
Exactly.
Like they say, you need to hear the bad with the good.
Yes.
Take in the bad. You know, so
Yup.
You ever been caught off guard before when someone's like, maybe that first time someone didn't tell you yes, like in the studio? I know, like for me, I mean, like it's kind of off-putting when someone's like, "Hey, bro, that wasn't good," or like they're real with you. You have a memory of someone where someone, maybe you've made a song and someone's like, "Hey, dude, that wasn't it," but you can try again.
Yeah.
Maybe they're constructive
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
Like I said, like my producer Coast, shout out to him. I'm sure he gonna see this. If he was here right now, he would tell the story much better than me. But like he didn't say I was trash, but he was like, you
Yeah.
know, and I didn't take it to heart, but I was like, that's gonna motivate me. And sure enough, I don't remember what it was, but I wrote something, recorded it on my phone. I gave it to Dr. T, my other producer. He gave it to him, and he was like, okay, like call him back so we can discuss some things.
Yes.
Like, you know.
So I want to take a second there to focus on that, what you just said, where he said that it wasn't it.
Yeah.
That motivated you. That drove you forward.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like in a lot of situations when somebody receives this, that's why Ben asked you if it caught you off guard, because it definitely caught us off guard. It definitely caught me off guard. I know the first time I got my real hit of
Yeah.
criticism. And it was very demotivating. So for you to have that reaction is not only impressive, but it's also like a sign of a sharp mind.
Yeah.
And what, like, just walk me through, like, what made you see it that way? What kept it from being like, oh, I'm not gonna let, like, yeah, what kept it from bothering you?
Just early on, just just writing, and we've pretty much all grown up in the same era, and we're in a really super duper social media driven just everything.
Yeah.
And I know because I see from like artists that we like and stuff like that, or even artists I don't really pay attention to, but just a lot of criticism that you see because the social media eats you up if you don't have this up here. And I taught myself early, like, you know what, like, it's impossible for every single person that hears you to like you.
Yeah.
It's not like that.
Yeah.
You can't do it. And you have to have thick skin when you're doing something like this. And we've talked about sports. I'm sure you have to have it in that.
Yeah.
And this is the same thing. So I just kind of took it upon myself to like really, teach myself that like early on. So that's why when he did that, it didn't really bother me. I was like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. And I like doing that. Like I like proving people wrong, But yeah, that's just teaching myself that is what made me take that very well. Because a lot of people, if it's not right up here, they'll probably never do it, whatever it was, ever again. They'll let that like tear them down, and they'll never do it again. And I was like, nah, I love this too much. Like I can't. That can't be me.
And even within that, when you keep hearing criticism from other people, you're like, okay,
Yeah.
what can I do different?
Exactly.
So it's really just like you're really just getting data at that point.
Exactly.
People don't apply that in their real life too, because a lot of times someone will call you out for doing something wrong, and then they'll take it the complete wrong way. It's like, no, dude, I'm trying to help you to get better.
Yeah, exactly.
So outside of music, like, listen,
Yeah.
criticism, feedback is always good.
Yeah,
It's important.
And like I said, like I taught myself that like early on, like before, just like beginning stages of creating and things like that.
Yeah.
But as a kid, now I wasn't like that. I was very easily discouraged. I've even said that in my music like a few times, but I wasn't always, like very headstrong and
Yeah.
like I said, like basketball was like one of the things, like that's one of my passions too, and I didn't always take criticism very well. Like, I would let that like destroy my confidence, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that with music. Like I can't. Like I gotta continue to be better at this, So
Knowing and staying true to yourself, I think that's all you can do.
Yeah.
As long as you know that, nothing's gonna phase you. Nothing's gonna get in your way.
Yep.
You've been making music since 2010, but your first release is 2020.
Yep.
What did you do for 10 years? Walk me through
So, like I was telling you guys earlier about the group that I was working with, that I went to school with, I was just doing music with them for a while leading up until 2020 when I started working with, Nebula and things like that. So I was still like doing music with them that whole time period that you just said up until like maybe 2019, 2020.
What did you start with doing? Like when you first started getting into music, did you start rapping immediately?
So my guy that I went to, that I've known since like 5th grade, shout out to Dizzy, man, because he probably gonna see this too. But me and him was just kind of freestyling in a locker room at times, just playing around, basketball team. And he was like, hey, like, you want to come by to the crib, like, can rap over some beats and stuff. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I can literally tell y'all vividly everything that we rapped over that day. It was like a Meek Mill, I'm a Boss beat, Fat Raps, Big Sean, like I got 5 on it. Like it was just stuff like that. And then he was like, yeah, bro, like I'm low key like serious about doing like music and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, I really am too. And we both like hooped. We played basketball too. And I was like, if it doesn't work out, I'm like, bro, like I'm really serious about like perfecting like my craft in this and going somewhere with it. So from like you said 2010 to like maybe up to like 2019 or 2020, I was doing music with him. We were doing shows. Like I said, we wasn't putting out music the right way. It was always getting taken down because we didn't really know the ropes like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were just doing music like that. And had to grow from that, and then that's when I started working with like Nebula and just going from there.
You said you were doing music the wrong way then, so how are you doing it right with Nebula? What did you change?
Doing it right way now because I'm doing it legally. You know, I'm not just taking beats from
Yeah.
YouTube and using them and uploading them on, you know, platforms for them to get taken down. Like, we pretty much do all the hard work and making sure, like, yo, we're not gonna get flagged for this, for this. And so
Yeah.
that's, which reminds me too, like, there was like a banger that I had, bro, for Spin the Block, and bro, I'm still so sick about it, but couldn't get the sample cleared on it. We had it, and there was some company that I think bought it out, but we already had it before that, and we were trying to reach out to them to make sure like everything was still good, and they would never answer the phone. You know, we were calling them for like months,
Yeah.
and they never picked up the phone, and so I couldn't use that song. And that song would have actually added so much to the theme of what I told y'all Spin the
Yeah.
Block was.
Yeah.
It was a banger, bro.
Dang.
I could definitely let y'all, like, you know, send it to y'all after this
Heck
the
yeah. Heck yeah, we
episode.
need to
But
listen to
yeah,
Bastards, bro.
Definitely.
yeah, it was
Bastards. I can't
Yeah.
believe it, man. That sucks.
yeah.
Since-
That probably, and
Yeah.
bro, I don't want to like give false hopes or anything, but I think that really would have been like bigger than Standing on Business and anything else on there. I'm so serious.
Dang.
Yeah, I had to just take that on the chin, man. Just like it is what it is.
Since you mentioned Spin the Block again, I do want to ask, because I didn't get to earlier. You referenced Spin the Block as 9 songs, no skips. Were there songs that you made that you had to make the decision, oh, this is skippable, and you had to take it off? Or were all your songs that you've made just... Is that just a testament of you saying, oh, this is just how good the music is?
Yeah, so I try to make, or with Spin the Block, I really tried to make it very cohesive. Some other songs that didn't make the cut, it's not that they weren't good, it just didn't really flow within the whole
Yeah.
grand scheme of it.
Yeah.
I'm in charge. Coast and Dr. T, they don't really do or pick the songs. I do all of that because I see the vision before. Then sometimes they don't really see it. But even the order that it's saying, like, I come up with all of that.
Yeah.
And I want it to flow a certain way. But
Like you said, you're intent with every decision.
Yeah.
yes, I'm very intentional, man. Very.
Nothing is by accident.
No, nothing. And as far as what actually made the cut, I don't think anything is skippable.
Yeah.
But I actually like asked one of my homies, like, if you had to choose one
Yeah.
song, what's the skippable song on here? And he said it's a track on there called On the Ag. He said the only reason, though, if he had to choose, it's not skippable, but he just wishes that it was longer. And so I was like, okay, I respect that. I actually felt that same way. And I had like an idea for that song for it to be longer, but the idea just didn't fall through. So I had to roll with it how it is. Yeah.
I mean, that's not a bad compliment to receive or bad feedback to receive
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
You said you love telling your story. What's the most important part of your story you're trying to portray? What do you want people to take away from you the most?
I remember mentioning to you like a lot. I think right now where I'm at with it, I just really want people to see the hunger that I have when they listen to me, you know. This isn't something that I play with or, you know, I take lightly. I really do take this seriously.
Yeah.
You know, I could be doing anything like playing 2K or something like that. Just anything that has nothing to do with music, but that's all that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Like I'd have words floating in my head, you know, just thinking about what I'm gonna write next. And you know, obviously the outsiders, they don't see that, but when people hear me, I think that's just really what I want them to see, and just how bad like I really want this like to happen. I want to be the best, bro. If not the best, like one of the best, you know.
Yeah.
because I feel like everybody that I've mentioned to you, they were the best at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah.
So that's what I want.
It's awesome.
And I could definitely hear that hunger and spin the block. I can definitely
Yeah.
like. I'm like he's chasing something.
Yes. And I tell my producers all the time. I said, no matter how big we get, like every time, whether they're the listeners that have been there or the new ones, I want hunger to be something that is displayed every single time. I don't care how successful we
Yeah.
get. I want that to be what's being displayed every time we drop a project. You know, so that's big. That's big for me.
So I want to rein in the conversation here real quick. Now that we've gotten, a chance to actually sit down with you and get to know the real you, I want to throw you into one of our segments that we do.
Okay.
Usually we like to do a little thing every week with different artists depending on who they are. So this week, I'm going to go ahead and throw you into a segment that I like to call Intrizio Court.
Okay.
So essentially what Intrizio Court is we take a claim, talk about it. And you made a pretty big claim on your artist intake form. One that I actually agree with.
Okay.
And that was the Batman, the 2022 version, is the best one out of all of them.
Oh man, we did talk about that, huh? Okay.
I thought that shit was gas.
It was,
was
gas,
fire.
bro, and I wasn't too thrilled about him being Batman at first, but
Same.
after I seen it, I was like, yo, they just did something with this. They just really pulled this off, and this is I hate that, I'm sure you heard the news, it got pushed back again, but that was a fire movie, bro. Fire.
They're cooking it like
He's not my favorite though, but that movie, it has a good argument for like the best Batman movie ever to me.
What do you say to the people who call it boring? Because there's some people just don't think
Man,
it's...
I've had people say that, and I'm just like, how is it boring? Like, and then I had somebody, it was this girl that used to work with me. Basically, she described it as she just wanted him throwing hands the whole fight, and I'm like, you have to have a story. Like, what are you
Right.
talking
Yeah.
about? You know?
Dude,
So-
that's crazy though.
That's
'cause,
crazy.
like, dude, that was probably why I love that so much. Is like, dude, he threw down.
He
Like,
did.
those
He
hits
did.
were crazy. The
He
way they
did.
did the sound effect
Yeah.
scene behind it too
Yeah.
was so fire. Like each hit sounded like it had some actual oomph behind
Yeah.
it. And then not only that too, like you were saying, like why I argue so much why it's actually the GOAT over the Christopher Nolan movies is, first of all, I want to make a note and say the only reason why people think Christopher Nolan's is gas is because Heath Ledger.
Listen, bro, I've said the same thing. The whole Dark Knight Begins, I could see it being because of Batman, but the other two, like he just said, we only think those are fired because of the villains. It's not because of Batman.
Yeah, that's true.
And every time, like me and my boys, every single time we think about those movies, we're quoting something from Bane or
Yeah.
Heath or Joker.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
never thinking about Batman.
Right.
Which is why I said the 2022 was, that arguably is better than Christopher Nolan. And I love Christopher Nolan though.
Same.
But I think Matt Reeves really has a good thing going on with this, and I just really can't wait for that second movie.
I
feel-
love that he really brings out the detective side of
Yes.
Batman. Most people haven't done that yet.
And I say it was really, y'all don't see it, but it was like, that was really comic book accurate, bro.
Yeah.
It really was. And my mom, my mom makes me laugh because she was like, oh, it was just too long. And Michael Keaton is like me and her favorites, our favorite Batman. So,
Yeah.
but I was like, yo, mom, like this guy, he did a really good job though. He
Yeah.
really did.
I feel like Matt Reeves' version, I feel like he definitely understood not only the character of Batman and who
Yeah.
Batman actually was, but he also understood who Bruce Wayne was.
Exactly.
And I also like how the Batman 2, it's the first film, but it's really like a prequel.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how they did Arkham Origins
Yup.
after they did Arkham City.
Yup.
Where it was like you get to see what he was like in his first years, and that's something that rarely gets covered. You usually
Yeah.
see that only get covered in the animations. Of course, you've seen it in the comic,
Yeah.
but of course you're gonna see it.
Mhm.
But yeah, that rarely gets covered, and so I actually see that get put onto the screen
Mhm.
and watch him actually step into the version of Batman, because that's what I'll say to anybody who critiques Robert Pattinson and says, "Oh, that's not the real Batman." You're right. You're 100% right. You watched the movie.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because,
Yeah.
yes, that isn't the Batman that you know. But by the end of the film, by the time those credits roll and he says his little final monologue where he's no longer doing it for vengeance, but he's doing it for justice, that right there,
Yeah.
that's Batman. That's when
Yeah.
it comes out and you're like, holy shit, I was
Yeah.
goated.
Yeah. Facts. I agree.
Yeah. Have you seen anything about who the next villains might be? Is there anybody you want it to be?
I've been seeing a lot of different things. I don't really know exactly what to believe.
I saw a lot of Mr. Freeze. I think was what I
That's
saw.
actually one that I wouldn't mind having
Yeah.
because we haven't had it in so
Freeze is
long.
dope.
Yeah.
And the only one that we did have was kind of
Kind
a
of.
joke,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy because as a kid, I loved that movie.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I was like, yo, this is kind of bad.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We were joking about it before you came in. I was gonna try to like rage bait you and tell you Batman Forever was the best.
Hey, Batman Forever was cool, though.
See? Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah.
But the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger being Mr. Freeze, I was like, I loved it as a kid, but I don't like it now. Like I was
Yeah.
like, this is a bad movie. It's
Yeah.
like a spoof.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
writing is just
Yeah,
terrible.
it's like a parody. Yeah,
it's
you're
like a
right, bro.
parody
That's,
of
that's
Batman.
facts.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, if it didn't have George Clooney and Arnold in it. And then, dude, that movie had Uma Thurman, too.
As
Like,
Poison Ivy,
how the
yeah.
hell did they got such a premium cast. Like,
Yeah.
they read the script, too. Their agents read the script and they were like,
Oh, facts.
do this.
Yeah, definitely. But I wouldn't mind him as a Mr. Freeze being in it.
I think it'd be
wouldn't
really
mind
cool
that.
to see him in the modern technology
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
cinematography, how they'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
able to get him. And
Yeah,
portray him,
that
'cause
would
I
be
bet
dope,
you
bro.
look
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and I seen what's his face,
Barry.
Sebastian something that he's
Sebastian.
playing Harvey
Sebastian
Dent.
Sam
Oh yeah,
Harvey
I
Dent.
forgot
Yeah, I
about
saw
that.
that.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
And then
W casting.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw that he's not Harvey Dent. There's somebody else that's Harvey Dent. He's supposed to be Zaz.
I
saw
did
it.
see that too. See, I don't know what
So
to
that's
believe.
mixes
yeah.
maybe one of
And then I think the most recent I seen like Scarlett Johansson now is supposedly Poison Ivy, but I thought they said before that she was the love interest in the Phantasm movie. I forgot her name that fast, but I don't know anymore. I don't know what they got going on.
yeah.
Misinformation, bro. They do it. I feel like they do it on purpose because like so many people leak the shit.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, but I'm ready. I'm ready for it though.
Yeah, it's gonna be gas.
Yeah,
It's gonna
That's
be
awesome.
gas.
Well, I'm gonna segue us into another segment.
yeah. Let's
And
do
so this segment we're going to get into is Enter the Orbit. And so what it is we're just going to take some questions that we've been trying to collect from people on social media. And they're just questions we've asked people, hey, we're going to have artists sitting doing our artist spotlight. And so what kind of questions would you want to ask? And so Sonny's actually got them for us right now.
it. Okay.
He's going to ask. I think we've just got a couple.
Yeah.
And so they're questions from people on Instagram, real people, real life asking questions. So we're going to mention them and mention their names and
So
get
we
your
got
answer.
So we got 2 questions overall, but these 2 questions, though, I mean, they're pretty open-ended. So lots of potential here. But
Okay.
the first one comes from Antics. He's actually a previous guest on our show. Just want to give him a quick shout out. He's awesome. Great guy.
Yeah, shout out
Absolutely great guy.
Antics.
But he wants to know, what's your favorite bar that you've ever written?
That's a very hard question, bro. Favorite bar. I spoke about this song earlier. It was from my last project for future reference. The song is called Hard to Get. It may sound simple, but like when I wrote it, I just remember myself being like so like hype about it. But I said I'm on my ish again, like Michigan, but without the M. And when I wrote that, bro, I was like, yo, that's hard. But I think that for now, that's just the first one that I can think of. That's
like
probably
it.
like my favorite bar.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Hey, I like it.
I like it. I thought it was
Shit's
hard.
yeah.
I thought it was hard. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah.
Sometimes those are the best ones, man. Those are the ones
Yeah.
that stick with you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are great.
Yeah.
But then we got another question, though, from @with a perspective.
Mm.
She asks, how has AI shaped the current music industry, for better or for worse? So that's a loaded subject, actually, when it comes to this specific type of thing, especially given the current climate against it, the current social climate against it. So, yeah, I mean, you would actually be the first artist that we've had that's actually addressed this on the
Oh,
podcast.
really?
So I'm curious. What are your thoughts behind it?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like it. I don't see a reason for it. I'm pretty sure I'm just like a lot of people who say that it doesn't seem authentic. It doesn't. You can't really imitate
Emotion.
the emotions
Yeah.
and things like that. I think Kalani spoke on that like
Yeah.
recently too. I think Drake did as well. I think he said something like he remembers when AI used to be somebody we used to want to
Yeah.
be like, or something like that. And I wholeheartedly agree. I don't. Somebody asked me if I would ever use it. I was like, no, like I can't. I can't. That takes away from everything that I stand for. So I don't. I think it's just made stuff worse and made people kind of lazy. You know. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all.
Heck yeah.
So definitely, probably on the ladder then for the worst.
Yeah, for the worst. For the worst. Mm-hmm.
It's important to ask those types of questions and talk about, that, because I mean, if you don't talk about it, you don't get people asking questions about it, then, standing by eventually it becomes a new norm. And so it's very important that we discuss the potential future, if there even is a potential future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is with every single piece of technology that's the next it. Like, unfortunately, the way that the government is working with it and the way that every single one of these companies are working with it, most likely it's going to be a thing that unfortunately might just be there forever.
Yeah.
But how integrated it is into society is where we are in control.
Yeah.
We might not be in control of its creation or maybe in all of its uses,
Right.
but how far it goes, that's what we can control.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with that,
too.
man. Yeah.
Definitely agree on that.
And then I'm getting tired of, seeing it everywhere on social media. Like these little, I don't know. It's like, have y'all seen like the fruit videos?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Like,
Yeah, it's
I don't
like
understand.
overloaded now.
It's
I don't get
saturation
it.
at
Like,
this point.
what's the point?
I think it's an easy way for people to keep themselves distracted.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
An easy way for the government to keep you distracted too.
Yeah.
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 I think a lot of things are built to keep you comfortable, keep you distracted, keep you where you're at, so you don't expand more. Like you said, people are being lazy, and sometimes I think the world wants you a little lazy because people who
want you to give
aren't
up.
lazy are going to start making changes when they realize things aren't right. But people who aren't paying attention won't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's well said too.
Yeah. I want to. So we have another thing that we've been doing, and what we call this is leave the light on. And so we interview people like yourself, and we ask them what they would like to say to the next person that may be sitting in that chair. And so we've actually got 2 cards on the table right there, one with your name on it, and then below it is going to be one with the artist that we just most recently had, with a statement or question to you. And so first and foremost, and you can take your time, there's no rush, we want you to just write anything on there. It can be a word, it can be a question, it can be a statement of inspiration, anything that just means something to you or something that you would like to leave to the next person that's sitting in that chair. And on that next episode, we're going to feature your question on it.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool, man.
So now, we'd like for you to read what the last artist we just had said. I believe it's from an artist, Clear Lanes.
Yes.
And so we most recently just had a conversation with him. And so if you don't mind reading out loud what he said to you.
So it actually isn't a question, it was a statement. But I'll say, give him scripture, John 3:16. And then I say, share your gift, leave this world empty, knowing you gave it your all. That's it.
I love that, man. What's his name?
Clear
Clear
Lanes.
Lanes. Shout out to Clear Lanes, man. Share your gift, leave this world empty, knowing you gave it your all. I love that.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he's a Christian rapper. He was a great guy too.
Yeah.
Super chill.
Yeah. We had a good
Yeah.
conversation about him because Christian rap's not something that a lot of people go into
Yeah.
nowadays. And so
Yeah.
really interesting if you want to check him out. But yeah.
Yeah, I definitely
Heck yeah.
will.
Well, that was Leave the Light On. That was one of our final segments before we start wrapping it up to a close. And so as we wind down here, we want to give you the time and space to be able to give a shout out to anybody in your life that has helped you through your journey. We know you've mentioned your producers, but anyone that's helped in your music, in your regular life, in your personal life, just anyone you'd like to give a chance to shout out. And you can take all the time in the world. It can be as many people as you want or as little as you'd like.
Maybe even said hi to you on the street.
Definitely want to shout out to my 2 producers, man. They keep me going, keep me with all the tools that I need, always looking out for me. I want to give a shout out to my group chat, The Grind. Yeah, all those guys, those are my guys, man. And give a shout out to God. He's, man, everything to me, bro. Last one, I probably have to give a shout out to my lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my lady, she keeps me grounded, keeps me on my toes too. So, yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's it.
Don, it's been awesome having you here. It's been excellent. And the biggest thing with this and the whole reason we had you here is because we want to display your story. We want to show people the process of artists in the journey, the process of artists becoming. Because your story matters before the numbers do. I told you beforehand, but a lot of people want to know after the fact. And we're trying to know during the fact. We're trying to document the authenticity of artists. And I don't want to put the word struggling artist, but life is a struggle. And so documenting that real life struggle of making music while still handling your real life problems, while still dealing with the day to day. And hopefully we can be some type of inspiration to other people that are watching, people that may go through seasons of discouragement, people that are trying to figure out themselves, that are trying to find their way through their art. Because this path and this journey is very uncertain. And a lot of the times that we don't get that recognition, and we have to give ourselves that certainty, and we have to keep pushing, we have to keep going.
Yes, sir.
And so the biggest thing was that being able to share your story and being able to show that, hey, we're all in this together. We're all going through hard times. And the biggest thing is trying to show people that you can still chase your dreams. You don't have to give up. You don't have to go for something that's not you. You mentioned at the beginning, you can't do something that you're not going to prosper in.
Exactly. Exactly.
So find your home base. Find where you're able to prosper. Find where you're able to grow. Find something you love doing, and it can be anything. And keep at it. Keep pushing, because if it makes you happy, who cares?
Exactly.
Who cares about anything else? That's what success should be to you, is your happiness. A lot of people try to get everything other than happiness, and I think that's what we need to push for. And passion.
Facts.
Passion.
So,
Facts.
Don, from the Sound of Nebula, it's been a pleasure. We really appreciated this conversation. We thank you.
Thank you.
And
Yes,
before
sir.
you leave, is there anything you want people to take away, or anything you didn't get to say?
Man, look, I know it takes me forever to put out music, but trust me, I'm working as we speak. Don't have anything like particularly like an idea for the project, but I'm creating and writing right now. Hopefully I'm not gone too long before I put something else out. So
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Or we'll be here waiting for it.
Yes,
he's
sir.
cooking.
And I'm good. I'm good to come back again and talk about that. If y'all want me, it's been a pleasure being here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely
Yeah.
have you back
Without a
here.
doubt.
Make
Yes,
sure y'all
sir.
go listen to Spin the Block too.
Yes, sir.
Listen to
Standing
the
on
EP.
business.
Spin the Block is everywhere. I love this project, man. It's very relatable. Everybody can take something from it. Even
9
if
tracks,
you
no
don't
skips,
listen to
he said.
rap.
9
Yeah.
tracks,
tracks, no
no
skip.
skip.
But listen to all 9
Yeah.
tracks.
Exactly.
Get the full story.
Yeah.
Get the full story.
Yes.
Well, thank you again, Don.
Yes, sir. Thank
It's been
y'all.
amazing. We appreciate you. And folks, we'll see y'all next time. Take care.
I wanna lick, hit a lick with these flows. I stayed 10 toes down, now tryna go and get some dough. Baby girl, I know that it's good, but I gotta leave, cause I gotta show this ain't no fantasy.